Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video what we're going to be doing is making a railing for this half wall I built my parents. So we're going to start with ripping two 5-inch strips from 1/2-inch pine plywood. This is the exact same plywood that I used to make my parents the shoe cubby. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. I'll leave a link in the description. As you can see, the plywood has two different sides of it. One is rough and one is nicer side, so we're just going to make sure we leave the nicer side up, because that's going to be what we're going to be painting. So the first dimension is the small wall, and that's going to be 47.5 inches, and then the second dimension is going to be 63 3/4. It's always pretty good practice to snip off the factory edge on a piece like this. It'll just make your cut a little bit cleaner and a little better. Also, I noticed that my saw is starting to get a little dull. You can see that it's starting to smoke a little bit. So make sure that you're using a nice sharp blade. It'll make the process a lot quicker and a lot easier. It's always good practice to double check your miter. As you can see, my miter is slightly off because the half wall isn't completely square. So I'm just going to snip it off camera, and you can see here that the miter is a little bit better now. I just had to snip off a little bit. So now that we've made all the cuts, it's time to prep the boards for painting. But I actually covered that in my video from last week, so definitely go check that out if you haven't seen it already. I'm going to leave a link in the description, and that basically just gives you a quick tip on how to get perfect painted plywood edges. What I'm doing here is just snipping off any high spots that are sticking up on the wall, just to make sure that the handrail will sit flush on the very top. And the handrail is going to be held down with a construction adhesive and some brad nails. So what we're going to do is just spread out the construction adhesive all over the top of the half walls, and just make sure that we have a healthy amount of that to make sure that it sticks fully. So when we're putting on the handrail, we just want to make sure that we center it out first, just to limit the amount of construction adhesive that we get on any of the faces, because that stuff will be hard to clean up, and it's just kind of a pain that you want to try and avoid. So we're just going to use brad nails and nail it to the face. That'll hold it down while the construction adhesive dries. And we did have a tiny bit of construction adhesive squeeze out, so I'm just going to clean it up with a paper towel that has a little bit of water on it, and we're just going to be painting right back over that, because we're going to add this final coat of paint, and it will just finish off the top of the rail. I'm not doing the sides because I don't want to have to tape off the half wall that's already been painted blue. So we're just going to paint the tops again and let that dry. So now that the paint has dried, I think we're all finished. If you wanted to, you could add a trim underneath the handrail just to kind of give it another look, but I think this looks alright. There's the miter now that it's been painted, and you can hardly tell that there was even a gap. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you liked it. If you did, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, let me know what you think, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.